Yeah, so
I cover like the whole context.
yeah,
Anyway.
so you'll get it just like
Cool. Right, looks like the live stream is going. Excellent. How good. Okay, cool. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello. Oh, I'll shut this door. That'll be very professional. Could even probably do lights. We can do low. Ooh, lights. Low. Yeah. Whoa. Crazy. All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. Thank you for sending in submissions, coding, and algo jamming. It was good to see all the people who come in on the weekend and asking for help. Yeah, had some really good engagement, I thought. I hope you guys liked it. Definitely let me know any feedback on the event and everything afterwards. And yeah, let's get into the presentations. And also, I got the live stream is working this time, so that will be available straight away. Right. I just don't want to spoil any of the results, so I'm just hoping that nothing crazy happens. All right. Event overview. So as you guys know, you guys were here for the launch. Some of you just going over it. We had the UQ dollar, UQ's digital currency, pretty crazy. We had the thrifted jeans, unpredictable instrument. Who would know how to profit from that? And we've got the fintech token, crypto reminiscent, some interesting behavior there. We got the coffee. That was a bit more of a challenging one. I saw a few varying implementations for coffee. Milk, similar to thrifted jeans, a bit random, but maybe could be used in the coffee, as some of you probably know. Same deal for the coffee beans. And then Uber Eats. This was actually an interesting one. A few teams did get pretty close to an optimal solution, but I think that there is still probably some room for improvement going forward on this kind of relation. So if you ever get bored, maybe give it a crack. But let's go into... Oh, wait, we've got Red Pen still. Yep, that's a classic. And Fun Drink. And so Fun Drink actually, as many of you know, was a big money maker. So yeah, that was definitely played a role in a few of the teams there that scored highly. And yeah, so you all would have seen this one, but everything will be uploaded to this afterwards as well. So all the not all the team submissions, but all the teams results. I'm not going to give away the algorithms, the proprietary trading algorithms. So let's go on to, now we've seen all that data, the known data. Well, before we actually just show you who won, let's see how everyone did on the known data, because I don't know, I thought that would be interesting. So let's see what teams had to show for us. Pretty crazy. Mac Rogers coming up there. Tight race in 3rd and 4th. Pretty crazy there. Awesome Sauce lagging behind a little. Well, yep, it's going. Got a few more days to go. So an interesting outcomes there on the known data. So by the way, this isn't what you got marked on. This is just the known data. So I just thought it'd be interesting to see. I thought you'd like to know, I guess, what your competitors got at the end of when the submissions were due on that data. So there you go. That's that one. So the unseen data, whoa, crazy. So it's actually pretty similar. So I've got the second, this is the second year, I guess, of the data. So this is the unseen stuff that you were tested on. And you'll probably notice that it's pretty similar. So we got the UQ dollar there, the thrifted jeans, a bit of a change in trend, but mostly the same. Fintech token, doing some crazy stuff. Coffee beans, doing that. Coffee, a bit different again, a bit kind of probably more flat than it was before. Milk price, similar. Uber Eats, pretty similar also. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot about red pens again. Similar. Fun drink, similar again. All right, I guess. Well, we sped through that, so But I guess we're all ready to ooh, the long-awaited performance of the unknown data. Oh, sorry. I have to hit you with this before I show you who won. Um, yeah, I thought it was interesting that we actually got like a bit of a spread on the profit teams made. So you can see that I guess we got some teams clumped up there at the top, and there's kind of a middle group there. So I thought that's kind of interesting. And then the shop distribution, I thought it was interesting as well. Similar activity, but kind of less people grouped up with the higher sharp. Yeah, cool. Now for what I was. Now this is crazy. Pretty close up the top there. Luke Graham is looking for the position. Oh. Oh no, what's happening? Tom Gollard. Oh, Euler Capital. No. Awesome sauce. It's a close race up there. Oh, that's changing around. Oh, crazy. Oh, watch out. Smooth brain. Smooth brain incoming. What's happening there? What's happening? What's happening to fun drinks? They're lagging behind. What's happening? So yeah, pretty ended up being pretty close in the end. So yeah, it was surprisingly close. Yeah. So just to go up, we just watched that. Let's see this one. This is what I wanted to show. So that's I was asked to show kind of just like some other just random stats about solutions, and you just might thought it was interesting. I did forget to remove the marked column, so you did get marked. But yeah, so I guess if any of the other stuff kind of interests you, it's kind of on there. But I did find it interesting that like most of the top teams got like around a sharp of like over 1. It's not exactly right because it wasn't rate of change based. It was just daily profit, like just the figure in like dollars. So it's a bit not quite right, but it's like kind of right. But I also found it interesting as well that like Luke got a pretty good sharp ratio, but didn't quite end up getting to the top there. So that was kind of interesting. But I guess that was kind of at the start there. He's kind of leading. So I guess there's yeah, you'll see kind of what each of you did a bit differently in the when we go to your individual graphs, because I put all your graphs on here so you could see what you did, and you'll kind of see, I guess, a couple of differences. So I suppose what we'll do is prizes and presentations. Holy heck. Cool. So third place, we've got the Fun Drinkaholics. Congratulations, guys. Oh my God. Would you guys like to come up and, have you got any representatives here from Fun Drinkaholics? Would anyone like to come and take the stage and sell us on the algorithm? Why should we invest? How did it go? What was the thought process? Take the stage. Go here. You can be on the YouTube recording.
Oh, yeah, easy. Yeah, so we started off with just like a bit of a shotgun approach, like trying a bit on everything. And then we like sat down and thought about it for a bit. And we're like, okay, obviously some of these are a lot better than others. So we like went through and did a like analysis on if you knew like perfect information, which ones like get you the most money. And like, as everyone else found out, probably Fun Drink and Goober and something else were really, really good. So we pretty much for the rest of the competition spent most of our time on those ones. We got together a strategy for the other ones and put those in, but we focused on those ones. We lost by $6,000 to 0.2, so maybe we should have focused on the other ones. Yeah, and then for Fun Drink, which is the one I majority worked on, sort of just did an exponential moving average, and then also got a signal from 2 different time series exponential moving averages, and when they crossed, that was sort of saying it was going up or going down or something. So fed that in as a signal, and then there was a signal from Goober Eats, but I'm sure there was a lot more in there. And then similar sort of things for a few of the other ones. Exponential moving averages got us a lot, and then Zane did a bit on machine learning, which you can probably attest to.
So first, I started with the ones that had patterns between each other. So it was, I think, coffee, milk, and coffee beans, because Max was saying they had something in relation to each other. I'm a bit of a smooth brain, so I was like, let the ML find the patterns for me. So first, I made a notebook that did an analysis on everything. So I did correlation matrices, causation, just trying to find what sort of relationships each of them have. And I found milk had a significant part in the relationship between coffee beans and coffee over coffee beans. So then I just made a heap of correlation matrices and then designed an RMA model. So RMA stands for auto-regression integrated moving average. I just changed the parameters here and there, literally just did trial and error, fed in the correct data to it, told it which ones mattered more. So I gave a higher weighting to milk. And then, it did pretty okay for coffee beans. I think for coffee, it got to up to 80% of its theoretical maximum. It did pretty well. I was gonna use some other models like seasonal RMA, but I don't know what's wrong with me. The weights weren't right, and it just went into the negatives. So I was like, okay, we're not gonna touch seasonal. I tried a neural network, but that obviously did not go very well. So yeah, just using simple techniques like regression and making it automated seemed to work pretty well for coffee. I tried it on fintech. It's probably the one asset you don't want to try it on, but somehow it worked pretty well. It got like 25K. It was better than 7. So I 3x the returns by using just a simple ML model. Could have been better if I used my brain, but it worked. And then we had the strategy for, you did red pens, right? Right. Did we use ML for red pens? I can't remember. We might have used ML for red pens because it's like a predictable movement. So that's what we did for most. Goober, unfortunately, ML could not find anything to do with Goober, so we just used, I think, exponential moving averages and just seeing where it went from there. But if anyone's interested in the fine details, I think those submissions might be put up, or you're free to look at our GitHub and look at the analysis we did and ask any questions.
Sammy? Cool. Oh, I better give you some surprise, guys. We didn't know exactly who would get what, so unfortunately we don't have unlimited gift cards, but we've got $100 worth. So I believe this is $250. Spend it marvelously. Yeah. So thanks, guys. Congratulations on that. And a little silently, I'm kind of happy you guys didn't figure out Goober because that was difficult to make. So I'll be saving that. And the other thing was like with the ML, if you guys were wondering, just like the reason that you actually got no positions that one day of the whole time was because on that one day there was like an unsolvable. It wasn't able to solve due to like a divide by 0 or something error. So you got set to 0 for that day. So that could have been the difference. Maybe it wasn't. But that's the unexplained little divot there. Okay, cool. All right, we got the next guys. Or should I say guy? Smooth Brain Capital. Come to the stage, please. Take it away.
G'day everyone, I'm Tom. I do math engineering, and I've produced this beautiful strategy. I won't go into the nitty-gritty of it, but I had about 7 different strategies, and how they worked generally was I found that there was a lot more sort of delta in modeling the noise rather than the underlying signals. So pretty much all of them were trying to model the deviations from the underlying signals of the instruments, and basically we can use once we have a model, we can then use pretty simple probability to do that. Now the beautiful thing about using like these probabilistic models is we now have an expected outcome for our trades depending on what's happening. And I think that's what gave me the edge in the end, because I had my 7 strategies. They all computed like what trade they thought to make, and then we could use the expected outcomes and an optimizer to optimize our trades within the position limits and capital limits. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. I don't really have too much to add apart from, yeah, fun drink most of my money. Yeah, was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. And also, here is your. Wait, this is a. I can't Google. Yeah. That's your prize money. Congratulations.
Yeah. And also, I guess like one thing that I kind of thought was interesting, not that, like everyone will find it interesting, but I kind of thought that I feel like Tom definitely was kind of like had an interesting way of engaging the daily limit. Like here is definitely more consistent, but I feel like overall there was a bit more time spent on the limit. I feel like there with that algorithm. So I don't know if that ended up making a big difference or not, but definitely the solution to Goober Eats might have gone a long way in that one. Onto our winners, I should say. We've got Eula Capital. Come to the stage. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Tell us all the secrets of how you won.
Yeah, hello, my name is DR and I do Bachelor's of Maths at UQ. So we kind of split the challenge into two parts. So I was in charge of fun drink, coffee beans, Goober Eats, and milk. And my friend here, Bailey, he was in charge of the rest. So first of all, with fun drink, we found that an exponential moving average was worked best. So we tried a bunch of different kind of alpha values to see um, what would work best. Like just looking at the data, it kind of looked sort of EMA. It kind of looked like there was, sort of a mean, and then it was like distributed around. Um, we didn't really care too much about how the data was distributed around the mean, because if you can just find the mean and know it's going to be either side of that, then if you know you're below the mean, then you can take that position. If you know you're above that mean, you can short that position. Moving on to coffee beans, or coffee beans and milk and Goober Eats. So Matt said that Max said there was a correlation between the coffee beans, coffee, and the milk. And we actually found that he also said there was like kind of a correlation between Goober Eats. So at the start, we kind of had this kind of pair trading model where we'd have like a coefficient matrix and then a matrix of unknowns and then the actual price of the unknown. For example, you'd have, inputs for the price of coffee beans, the price of Goober Eats, the price of milk, multiplied by a coefficient matrix, well, multiplied by a parameter matrix, and then solving for the price of coffee. And we kind of just basically traded like an uncorrelated, finding those parameters kind of allowed us to trade like an uncorrelated asset. So if that would go below zero or above zero, you buy or sell. And actually for coffee beans and milk, we tried that method and it actually worked better with an exponential moving average. So even though you did say they were correlated, we did try pair trading, but actually exponential moving average worked much better with I think milk getting 10k more, and I think coffee beans was like double the profit. And then yeah, coffee was just pair trading, and to utilize our positions most effectively, we kind of had like an expected value of each position. So at the start, there was an expected value, which is kind of like the model's predicted price of the underlying of like the asset, and then the actual price, and then you take those away, take the absolute value of that divided by its price. That's like a percentage relative gain, and that's how we kind of like made our orders go through. So in terms of most profitable to least profitable, I'll give it over to Bailey here to explain the rest.
So just like a thing on the like expected value thing. So our percentage data total data limit used was pretty well around the max like every day, and that's just because we ranked them by sort of relative percentage predicted profit, and then we just sort of filled orders going down that list until nothing could sort of fit into the order anymore. So I did fintech token, UQ dollar, thrifted jeans, and red pens. So UQ dollar was pretty straightforward. That was just a mirror version to 100. Fintech token was kind of strange because it had like these periods in time when it was moving really rapidly, and then other periods in time where it was quite stationary. So what I did is I used the standard deviation of I think the past 10 data points to figure out whether it was stationary or whether it was moving up and down. If it was stationary, I just did mean reversion, and if it was non-stationary, then I assumed it was going to, I guess, keep going in that direction, so it's momentum-based, and I did effectively the opposite of mean reversion, so assuming it's going to keep going down or keep going up, and that was quite consistently profitable. For thrifted genes, it was largely exponential from moving average, so it had like an underlying upwards trend, but the variation was actually so significant that it was more profitable in general to do exponential moving average. But I did add in a sort of correction term where if it got too far away from the linear regression, it would sort of push back towards it. And then for red pens, it had quite a consistent trend of it would sort of spike up and spike down at relatively consistent intervals. So what I did is once I knew the first day at which it spiked up, you can predict all the other days in which it was going to. And those days you either buy or sell whether it's going to go up or down, and then everything else you can remove it if it wasn't going to be a big day of trading. So remove the sort of values if it was a really significant change, and then you effectively just get a deseasonalized price data across the whole year, and that was just exponential moving average on that. To test most of our values, I made a program that read through the database and figured out what the optimal trade would have been at any given point in time. So like if it's going to go up, you buy. If it's going to go down, you sell. And we tried to aim to get about 55 to 60% of the maximum possible profit for each of our strategies, and I think we were able to get roughly that. Yeah, that's about all.
Thanks, guys. And I better give you the. Oh, I guess it's up to you guys if you want to split it evenly. But yeah. So thanks so much for participating. Yeah. Congratulations, guys. I guess just quickly, I'll do like a couple of interesting things, or at least like I thought they were interesting. Let's pull up a few graphics. I've got a notable mention. The only person to have gotten 7 figures from a single instrument. So I'll just pull that up. I forgot to put it in the slideshow because I didn't think of it at the time, but I really wanted to make a mention of it. So what I'm going to do is put it on the screen. This is the proprietary structure. Let's see. Submissions, testing, unknown, and we've got Mac Rogers. Now he did an interesting machine learning approach, which yes, what machine learning? I think it was decision tree or something like that. It didn't run every time, I will say. It took a few attempts to get it to go, but it had a really interesting. I believe it did 7 figures on the. It did more than that. Yeah, it did. Yeah, so it did really good on the fun drink, which I thought was interesting. So broke a million on fun drink, so that's cool. And I also must say, I think that you can do better than that on fun drink and on Uber Eats. I'm pretty sure, because with that approach, there wasn't enough data for it to generalize. So I would say that you could probably break 1.2 million probably on the fun drink. So that's like a interesting thing to try, maybe if you ever wish to do that. And then there was another one, which was, I'll hide this again quickly, and then I'll show another interesting thing which might be helpful for a later date, or maybe give you something to think about. I'm not going to reveal exactly how it works, but you might get some ideas. So it's in relation to the coffee and the Goober Eats relation. So let me just navigate through the never-ending file system and find the hidden instrument. So you would be amazed to know that, where is it? Oh, here it is. You'll be amazed to know that there was actually an instrument that you didn't have access to. So there was no way for you to actually see this. But this had something to do with Goober Eats and coffee, whether that's well, because they both require labor. So I don't know. That's something to think about, I guess. Yeah, that was all I wanted to mention. I think. Oh yeah, networking and refreshments. I was told that there will be a bunch of hot food outside at 6:45. So that happens to be now. So hopefully it is in fact now. I'd also just like to say thanks to IMC for sponsoring the event. It's been awesome. Yeah. Would you guys like to say anything in particular? Or? Yeah, sure. Yep.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Siobhan. I'm the recruitment specialist from IMC. I just wanted to say firstly well done to everyone. Seems like it was a really fun weekend and everyone did really well. Another thing I wanted to do was say a massive thank you to Max. I know he's put a lot of time and effort into putting this event together. So we do have a little thank you from us.
Oh,
That's you.
thank you. Awesome.
We have Isaac here as well. He is a dev at IMC, so if you guys do have any questions at all regarding the dev space, please feel free to hit up Isaac. Otherwise, enjoy your night. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, hot food should be outside. Hopefully it's there. But there's a bunch of drinks. They're all cold. So grab a drink and yeah, annoy IMC with all your questions. Yeah. So thanks, everyone. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the competition and all of that. Cool.
I didn't want to present it from everyone just because I felt like
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Hello, YouTube. Thank you for watching the live stream. Tune in to the next FinTech live stream for more awesome live streams.